like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here, at our sea-washed sunset gates, shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep, ancient lands, your storied pomp, cries she, with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
When I asked recording artist Regina Spektor to discuss Emma Lazarus's The New Colossus with me, I was hopeful she'd say yes. Regina had immigrated with her family from the USSR in 1989, and I could tell from her lyrics that Regina is a poet.
Be afraid of the lame, they'll inherit your legs. Be afraid of the old, they'll inherit your souls. Be afraid of the
As it turned out, Regina was eager to meet me at the American Jewish Historical Society, where the original manuscript of Lazarus's poem is held.
The America as we know it was established as a reaction. It was a direct rejection of something that was happening in Europe, and it wanted to be a new kind of a thing. So it's like not is the first word, and then this next sextet starts with keep, ancient lands, your storied pomp, and it's like it keeps saying no to the way it was before, and it wants to be something different.
And with this new Colossus,
a mighty woman with a torch,
Mother of Exiles,
mild eyes,
silent lips.
And there's also a sense in the imagery of welcoming. A mighty woman with a torch, mild eyes. There's just something that is just nurturing.
What we have in our harbor is benevolent, although mighty.
I love that she's mighty, and she's got this flame that's lightning.
Emma Lazarus herself was a person of very comfortable circumstances and upbringing, who in the early 1880s, when Jews began to flee Eastern Europe, she heard some sort of call herself.
Many Jews were leaving Russia and Eastern Europe, and they came to New York, and they were put in tenements and other kinds of very unattractive places. And she went down there and she kind of bonded with them, and she kind of saw the terrible life that people who had the same religion that she had were being treated.
And she began to volunteer with the newly formed Hebrew Immigrant
Who brought me here?
Aid Society.
писать о феврале на взрыв пока грохочущая слякоть весною черною горит февраль, достать чернил и плакать, писать о феврале на взрыв пока грохочущая слякоть весною черною горит.
I come from a long line of people that were rejected by their homeland. My grandmother passed away, and I found this poem that her and my grandfather's friend had written. The first part of the poem, he's remembering fighting in the war and the horrors and the hunger and the cold of World War II and being on the front. After that, he writes about returning back home after they were victorious over the Nazis and being told that all the Jews didn't fight. They all went and hid, and all their medals of honor are bought and stolen from the real fighters. And this is how these people were living in Soviet Union as these second-class citizens. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. And I remember seeing, kids on campus with megaphones, on the lawn, yelling, you think you're free in this country, And I just remember rolling my eyes and thinking, like, you're saying whatever you want. No one's gonna come and knock on your door at night and take you away. Your family history isn't full of people being sent off to labor camps because they made a joke at a party. That she used tired first. Of all the things that these people had gone through, that they were tired. And it's like this, obviously physical exhaustion, but also just this, spiritual and existential exhaustion that they have just, they're so tired from struggle. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here, at our sea-washed sunset gates, shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep ancient lands your storied pomp, cries she, with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
That was such a beautiful reading, Regina. In fact, it wasn't a reading, you memorized the poem. This poem is a sonnet. It begins with an 8-line octet and then moves to a 6-line sestet, which is a fixed, traditional form. What your reading did was combine a warmth that sounded very contemporary with the elevation and the grandeur of this language. You humanized the poem, but you left the grandeur.
I come from a culture where poetry was recited constantly throughout life. In the Soviet Union, everybody memorized poems, and once you are using your voice, it's this in-between thing. It's conversation, but it's also elevated. It just kind of vibrates on a higher level. I once heard somebody say that if you want to forget about someone, you build a statue of them and put it in the town square. And in that way, I wonder, if the poem being written on the pedestal of a statue, it probably wouldn't have mattered. I think that it's the combination of that. It's this poem and written on the pedestal of that statue. That it was this beloved, ever-powerful statue. And so long as people keep working towards this golden door actually being a golden door, this place actually being worthy of somebody striving towards it, then she will always have her power. And she will always, be the mother, and the poem will not be forgotten, and she will not be forgotten.
Must go on standing. I'm not my own. It's not my choice. I must go on standing. Down, you can't break that. That which isn't yours. I must go on standing. Down, I'm not my own. It's not my choice. La da da.